And during this period of time, we've been investing and testing a lot of innovation projects, okay? We saw a couple of years ago that innovation is happening actually in the startup side. So we wanted to help those entrepreneurs that are working in having a positive impact on the value, on the fashion supply chain, to help them to progress and, establishing a win-win relationship with them, okay? We thought that the best vehicle for that was an acceleration program. And that's what we are currently doing. We are looking for startups that might bring innovation in any single point of the fashion supply chain. That means design and product, online and offline commerce, sustainability, which is actually one of our main topics for this year, operational logistics, and also people, okay? We are this year very eager to see startups on artificial intelligence and sustainability, okay? That's the two priorities for the startups. And we have launched a program that includes several benefits for the entrepreneurs. The first one is doing a co-creation, a proof of concept with Mango, working with experts on that particular field to enhance their value proposition. We offer also financial aid, okay? Mentorship from the first, the C-level executive in Mango. We also offer awareness. We work on a communication plan with all of them in order to improve the awareness of the startup. We offer the possibility to come to Mango offices to work with us as a co-working, and meetups and training with IS Business School. That's basically the program that we have developed. I also, I think that's the most important information on our acceleration program. So maybe we have, before we launch into the conversation, you can give a brief summary of what you do as a startup, Kai?
Okay, so we at Union Avatars, basically what we have is a software that we provided to different developers who are creating 3D platforms or video games. So they can create realistic avatars from 2D selfie pictures to 3D avatars, and then they can use it in their virtual worlds. And then at the same time, we have a marketplace for digital clothing. So those brands or designers who want to sell either on digital or phygital, so they have both physical and digital, they can sell it in our marketplace to our users. Right now we have around 80,000 users who created around 300,000 avatars so far, and we're just onboarding new designers and new brands every day.
Thank you so much, Belén, Mango, and thank you to all of you. So special to be here. We are Hoop Carpool. We are aiming to transform mobility in cities. We offer companies like Mango a solution for their employees to be able to share car rides on daily commuting. I'm pretty sure you know BlaBlaCar. We are like a BlaBlaCar for companies. So this is what we do, and really happy to be a mobility partner for a very special company we all love a lot in this country, and really happy to converse with you.
Hi everyone, I'm Ricardo. I'm the CEO of Flipflow, and Flipflow is a SaaS platform that gives retail companies like Mango a clear overview of what's happening in the market real time with their products, competitors, and categories, so they can take better business decisions. And what does that mean? That we do massive web scraping on a daily basis. Last week, for example, we made like 2,000 million collection petitions to the internet. So we gather all that data on a daily basis and give that information for retail companies, such as prices, promotions, how they are positioned inside the world, so they can take better business decisions from several departments like marketing, pricing, sales, and so.
Okay, Ricardo. Why did you decide to join Mango Startup Studio?
Well, it was pretty organic because, in fact, at the same time that I started to speak with you, because it was like the end of last year, we have already raised a round, like by that time. So, although Mango also invests on us, we didn't need the money. Let's say this with a lot of quotes. And I saw a lot of value on the rest of the program, since for us it's very important to make an impact not only on retail companies on the mid-market, but being able to work with huge corporates. That is key for us. And open innovation is like a bit of a buzzword also nowadays, but Mango has a very structured open innovation program, which is this, and we saw a lot of value on that being so organized, with a clear proof of concept, access to experts inside Mango. So apart from the money, we saw that was so valuable for us, and also the team behind the scenes is amazing. So it was not about why joining Mango Startup Studio, but why not?
Paloma.
For us, it was very clear. Mango is like our target client, but the opportunity to work further than with other companies in order to understand better the company needs and to have the opportunity to have Mango teams working on our startup challenges for us was the best way to actually launch a pilot with a big corporate like you. Also because we knew Mango had a really big need in terms of mobility for their employees, so we were very sure we could actually help you back with our own solution, and hopefully for it to continue forever.
Yes. And Kai?
I think for us, it was kind of in one side a validation of the market to have one big brand like you betting for these digital innovations, let's say. At the same time, we were really interested in trying to understand what's the real needs behind these big companies when it comes to digital fashion, or how we can help with the digital fashion to the actual physical business. And then at the same time, I think it was super interesting for us to be able to understand all the layers that exist in a company, in a big company like this, and being able to talk to the different teams to understand what are the needs in each one of the units, to be able to provide more tailored solutions to this kind of companies.
And since you have already finished the acceleration program, how has it been so far?
For our specific case, I think it was super interesting. We had a lot of hypotheses or ideas on how this fashion business works, especially when it comes to the returns and these sort of things, or the drops of different garments or pieces of collections. I think it was super interesting to understand what's the real use that the clients do on the e-commerce side, on the virtual side, and trying to understand how our solution can be more approachable from a point of view of a big brand. So I think it was super interesting for us. We had the chance to talk to several different teams that you connected us to, and then we got real feedback that made us do some deviations on our original ideas, but trying to get more on the point.
Paloma, Ricardo, what's your experience? You are starting, well, in the middle. How is it going? What are your expectations for the program?
For us, it's been an amazing experience in terms of it cannot be different when you are working with people like you, Belen, so focused on adding value. For me, to understand that a corporate like Mango is investing on a full team regarding collaboration with startups, innovation, with each person specifically working on everything. So, like a specific team for the pilot project, for the convertible note, for the communication program, for us is being a big opportunity to learn from big professionals. Our expectations are to actually implement carpooling on people's life at Mango and actually be able to build that impact community and help you as a corporate to start using mobility time as a tool for make beautiful things to happen within the employees. So our expectations are to convert the pilot project on an actual scale-up project with you worldwide.
Yes.
And for us, it's being very strategic, I would say, because we can work with companies of many types. I mean, we do not work only with fashion companies. We also work with food, FMCG, beauty, any sector. But we knew that fashion was a gold mine for us. So having the chance of knowing exactly how a huge corporate on fashion works on the backside, having the access to internal teams and detect the exact pains that we want to address, we were sure that was something that was going to help us a lot, and in fact that's happening. And on the other hand, it's not just a matter of understanding that market, but also developing a certain part of the product that we are now starting to develop, and that is going to be like a lot more straight with less curves, because we have access to talk to the key people inside Mango that has that pain.
Okay, I would like to ask you also, what role have we played as an accelerator in the development of your business, for example?
Well, I think what I was saying, no, it gave us a lot of validation and insights on the market. We also understood better what's the way of working for a big corporation, and that's something that can be related then to other big corporations that we are working with. So we made it to understand a little bit better what's the process, how we have to do it, what's needed, what's not. And I think especially with you or with your team, we have been pretty in a close contact. So it was easy to work and easy to talk. And then at the same time, something that for us is valuable too is all these innovation sessions that you are organizing. So you have the chance to go with experts, analyze different use cases that also can be really worth it for our specific use.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
For me, as an entrepreneur, I think the most important thing you need to do is to surround yourself with people that know more than you, with more experience than you. So the absolute privilege for a startup like Hoop to be working with product managers with Mango and a big expertise team. For us, the expertise of the teams is like when you are entrepreneuring, you don't have a boss that teaches you and tells you what to do. So you need to find your own bosses and your own mentors in your investors, in your clients, in every stakeholders. So for us to have a client that is being a mentor at the same time, as a company like Mango that has done things so well in terms of business, is the biggest opportunity to find that knowledge.
I subscribe what Paloma said 100%, but going a bit more into the practical side of what we are earning, we are now, for example, we are now opening the Brazilian market, and the first type of companies that we are targeting is fashion companies. Thanks to being able to work with Mango and understanding how a true fashion company works from the inside is making us having a lot more high quality conversations, being very close to close corporate clients on that sector, and it's not just a matter of getting to know a company from the inside, but also when you talk face to face to a Brazilian company, having the Mango logo tattooed on your forehead, it just helps. Yeah.
Okay, and how are you combining working with a corporation like Mango and keeping the startup spirit and dynamics? Maybe Ricardo?
If I'm totally honest, somewhat bad, but it's been because of us, you know. Because we startups tend to say yes to everything, have that willingness to help, and tend to underestimate the cost of things. And when we started the pilot with Mango, we had a clear scope on the POC, but just for the sake of helping them, we said, okay, let's go beyond that and add this and add that, and we end up not delivering on time and managing expectation not that well. So in our case, good, but bad for you.
It's okay.
For us, it's been quite normal because Mango is a typical client. Like we work with companies like Mercadona, Galp, Zurich. So our clients are big corporates.
You are used to.
So we are used to that, and especially Mango with this Mango Startup Studio is the less corporate I think we met. So for us, thanks to this mindset you are introducing inside of the company, I think it's been one of the best corporates or less corporate way of working. So pretty happy in that way.
Great.
Yeah, I think in our side is a little bit a mix from both, because I think no, yeah, well, I mean, you understand what's the process and the compliance and everything that have to be done in a big company that we as startups usually don't have, or we just build a plane while we fly it. So I think it's interesting to also understand what's the process, and again, no, you can relate it to other corporations. We already work with some corporations that are much more slower than Mango at the same time, but I think it's a good experience, and the fact that everything is that fragmented and each one have their specialization and everything also means that each one is really expert on their specific area, and that provides you with an insider value that maybe from a startup point of view you have more overview vision of what is happening, but not that much detailed. So I think it's interesting too.
Thank you very much. What's your biggest challenge for this 2024?
You first.
Wow.
Quite a lot.
Yeah. I think our biggest challenge nowadays is to complement our mid-term vision with everything that we have done before. I want to express myself here. We are a B2B software, but we built this solution with the goal of making it accessible for everybody. So we already have a lot of critical mass of people you could today have commuted with. But since you don't work for a company that is our client, you cannot access those trips. The platform is only available for people working for clients like Mango. So I'm starting to feel like we do have misused critical mass. So I would love to find a way to make it a B2C model while we sustain the company with the B2B product market fit we already achieved. So to raise money with this pitch, where focus is the pitch, right? And you have done B2B SaaS model until today, but you are willing to start mixing it with a B2C model, and that people start getting a little crazy and like, you're gonna get lost with your business model. So I wanna find a way to actually complement and extend our business unit without taking focus out of what it already works. So to make it more accessible for everybody, maintaining what we already do, I think that's what wakes me up every morning this year. Yeah.
What about you?
In my case, I would say we have like two challenges. One on the tech side, but I'm not going to get bored you with that stuff. But on the business side, getting scale and going global. Because till now we've been selling to LATAM and Spain, and now it's the time to go abroad, to go to Europe, the US, and so. And that needs not only us to be closing little clients along those markets, but also huge corporates from time to time, and that's the step we need to make.
Yeah, I think our case is similar to Ricardo in the sense that what we're trying to do now is expanding to the Asian market. Until now we have been basically working in Europe and the US, but everything is working pretty well. Now we're trying to access the Asian market, and I think there is some challenges for us now because it's a little bit different from what we have been working until now. So I would say the biggest challenge for this year is opening the Asian market.
And what about the best learning experience from 2023 that you could share with us?
I think one of the best learning experiences is that the market goes up and down, and it's important to be focused on what you're doing, trying to not distract yourself from what you want to achieve. You will have a lot of inputs, so we had a lot of inputs, so I think that one of the best learning is focusing on what we need, using the money in a wise way, and trying to follow our vision with validations and everything, so don't follow it like crazy, but trying to focus on what is really important.
Paloma?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
The best learning experience in 2023.
Wow. I was actually thinking on best learning experience on 2023. I would say that finding the best dynamics within your team, because once you start entrepreneuring, you get used to working in a certain way, and I do have 3 more co-founders. And we thought everything was going perfectly, and we were working smoothly, and we were actually we started working with a coaching program, let's say, with actually a person that changed our life, and we learned that the company will never go further than we go as an entrepreneur. So working on ourselves and working on founding dynamics in order to actually be able to move and see next steps before it comes. So you need to be focusing on that vision. I think that was the best thing we did for our company last year, that was working on us, working on getting always a step before. And yeah, I think in terms of business, working on people was the best decision.
Good.
And for me, it's kind of related to that, because I mean, what for me the best takeaway on this year has been that having the right people in the right spot is so important for the company.
Totally.
I mean, we had to hire kind of a lot of people. We are less than 20 in the company, but now that I see it from the future, looking at the time of hiring that people, we did it pretty well, and now we have people doing certain things that are truly having an impact on the company. And some of them, when I think about a concrete developer of our team, I know that even 10 developers doing his job wouldn't make the same difference. So having that key people with us, and especially when you're an early stage startup, you have not 100 employees, having that site and managing to hire the right people for the right role is something that can 100% change your future.
Yeah, and not only hiring, but being really quick on knowing how to move them and how to change them, because startups move so fast that people may be really fit for that position last year, but now. And just to let you know about something that is being so relevant in Hoop is to work on genius areas. So we normally tend to think that you are very good in some areas and not so good in some other areas, and we are so focused on making you a little better on your challenges. We discovered that this is not important at all. Like, make people shine on what they are good. If they are not so good on other areas, it's okay, like, make another person work on them because they will shine there. And then when you are shining, then everything comes up. So let's move people to their genius area, and then everything suddenly starts to work different. And you need to be really understanding people to know these movements. So yeah.
Yeah.
And Kai?
I answered before.
Okay, sorry. So let me ask you a piece of advice for someone who is starting up now and running a business.
For me, I always say the same. Like, resilience I think, is one of the most important
Resilience.
skills that an
This is
entrepreneur have to have. There will be good times, but there will be a lot of bad times. When everything goes good, it's super easy to wake up every day. But then when things go bad is when you really have to put your energy and keep pushing. No, I think it's a roller coaster, so there will be a little bit of everything. The final output usually is more positive than negative, but I think for me, what really makes an entrepreneur is somebody who on the bad times is still there, knows how to push, how to keep the vibes, the energy, everything. So for me, I would say that's the most important one.
Of course, resilience is one of the main ones. For me, will be purpose. I do think that if you entrepreneur with the goal of making yourself billionaire in 5 years, or having a huge exit, or whatever thing that is not purpose of solving a problem, you will not be resilient enough. Like, for me, we wanted to make a change in mobility, and we entrepreneur, we started 1 year before COVID came. So if it wasn't for the purpose of, I know this will be needed in the world, I wouldn't survive 2 years with a totally useless solution. And with this every day, like sacrifices are so big that if you are not purpose focused, someday you will find a reason why that is not the solution, that is not the project, let's try something different. So the purpose is not to earn money and to become billionaire, and the purpose is to change the world. And for me, to change the world are to make things that are noticeable. And you need to be in love with that in order to be able to be resilient, which for me is the key of long-term maintenance.
Totally, and mine is linked to both of them, which is we need to learn to enjoy the little victories and not only see like that final goal of that exit or building a unicorn or the beloved EBITDA.
Well, EBITDA.
No, EBITDA good. But I mean, we go so fast, doing many things. We have the chance of living a true adventure, and if you learn to enjoy the way and not only the final goal, and once you reach those little goals and those little victories, you just stop to accelerate and have a look around and say, okay, I'm doing things, this is great. In the end, we end up working like almost a third of our life. So doing something with purpose that pushes you to have resilience makes you someone that can enjoy that third of our life. So enjoy the little victories.